And good evening. Welcome to a special football Saturday night. A great day for local high school teams. Blair Oaks, the Falcons, and the Osage Indians. More on the state playoffs coming up. First, though, a good win at the zoo. Tony Mullen watched the Tigers take on Texas. Tony?
Thanks, Rod. The Tigers had not beaten the Texas Longhorns since 1997. Gary Pinkel had never earned a win over Texas. And with the upcoming move to the SEC next year, this would likely be Gary and the Tigers' final shot. Mizzou coming in at 4-5, needing to win 2 of their last 3 to earn a bowl bid. They were underdogs against the 16th ranked Horns. Mizzou, great start, went 68 yards on their opening drive. Only problem, they fumbled. Inside the 10-yard line, LaDamian Washington strip. Texas recovers, led to this 27-yard field goal by Justin Tucker. 3-0 Texas. Look who was on hand, though. The crowd got pumped up for this. David Freese, the Cardinal third baseman World Series MVP, got a nice ovation, except from the Texas fans. They weren't too happy to see him. Tigers moving the ball in the second quarter. James Franklin to TJ Moe, 40 yards down to the Longhorn 6-yard lines. 3 plays later, Franklin takes it in himself, a 2-yard touchdown. 7-3 Missouri on top. The Tiger defense, they were great all day long. Terrell Rosano, the former Jaybird, with the sack. Yeah, David's still hanging around. He was smiling all game long. Kendall Lawrence, he's going to play a big role for Missouri down the stretch. Nice run here, 35 yards to pay dirt, 14-3 Tigers. Texas trying to get some points late in the half, but Kenja Jackson with the interception here in the final seconds. Missouri went to the locker room with a 14-3 halftime lead. Early third quarter, special teams comes up big. Eric Waters blocks the punt. Tigers would fall on it at the Texas 1-yard line, but they could not punch it in. 3 straight attempts. They settled for a Trey Barrow field goal, 17-3. The mood dampened quite a bit on this play. Henry Josie, look at the replay. The left knee snaps it. That is not good. Gary Pinkel looking on with concern. Josie carted off. Missouri will release an official statement on his status tomorrow. He is likely, though, going to be done for the year. Texas comes up with a blocked punt of its own in the third quarter. Ball hits the upright, so it's a safety. It's a 17-5 game. But the Tiger defense, they did not give up anything to the Longhorns today. Franklin, late in the fourth quarter, seals it with this big run on 3rd down and 10. The Tigers say see you later to Texas. They win it 17-5, a big win for Missouri and Gary Pinkel. They finally beat the Longhorns.
This isn't about me, and honestly, I think about this stuff later on. I don't thinking off that field. Gosh, I finally beat Texas. I don't do that. I mean, I don't do that. I'm really glad that we did. I'm glad because we're 4-5. Okay, we got 3 games left. Okay, this game, I don't care who it is. This gives us a chance. I mean, there's a chance to have a really good season, accomplish some goals.
It's awesome. That was the one thing that he hadn't done yet, and I'm getting ready to leave the conference. So that's the one thing we kind of talked about. This is a stepping stone that we hadn't got across yet, and we did it today. So I mean, it feels pretty good. Yeah.
It was more exciting for the whole university, really, the fans and the coaches and players, especially going to the SEC and maybe not playing Texas for a while. Going out with a win is always good.
The seniors we got together, we just stressed to the young guys, we want to do this for Coach Pinkel, and we did. We've been going through the up and down this whole season, so to get this victory, it helps us a lot.
A great day for that Tiger defense. Texas failed to score a touchdown in a game for the first time since 2004. Mizzou held the Horns to just 247 yards of offense after giving up nearly 700 to Baylor last week. The Tigers are now 5-5, needing just one more win to get bowl eligibility. And if you want to read more on the Tigers' victory, go to connectmidmissouri.com and click on Leffler's link. Rod, let's send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Tony. What a big win for the Tigers. 2 more games left. Missouri will be favored to win both of those. Texas Tech next week at home, then KU and Kansas City winning both. The Tigers would end up 7-5 and on their way to another bowl game. Texas Tech coming to Columbia next Saturday. Looked awful today against Oklahoma State. Unbelievable. How in the world did this Tech team ever beat OU in Norman a few weeks ago? Since that time, they've been blown out 3 straight games, including this one. Cowboys, all kinds of problems with the kickoff return for Tech. Ends up an OSU touchdown. The Cowboys rout the Red Raiders 66-6, the final. And a wild Big 12 game at Kansas State today. The Wildcats went to 4 overtimes with Texas A&M. Here's how it ended. K-State's Colin Klein sneaks in for the game-winning touchdown. A big win for 14th ranked K-State, 53-50 over A&M in 4 overtimes. Meanwhile, Baylor goes to overtime. They beat KU by just 1, 31-30. Lincoln ends the season at 1-10. They lose on the road to Urbana. Meanwhile, Missouri S&T's season comes to a close, losing to South Dakota, and Mo Valley beats Central Methodist 33-7. It was a good day to be an Indian or a Falcon. 2 Mid-Missouri high school teams are heading to the state semifinals. 1 big upset and 1 big blowout. Stay with us on a football Saturday night. And welcome back to our expanded coverage of local high school football state playoff action. This was quarterfinal day in mid-Missouri. 5 area teams began the day with state championship dreams. 2 are still alive. In Kingdom City, the Osage Indians continue to make school history. What a year, 12-0, looking for number 13 against North Callaway. The Thunderbirds, Mike Emmons' team, had won 7 straight games. Unforgettable day for Osage senior Jared Edwards, starting with this punt return. Comes to the near side, cuts back, weaves his way 81 yards. His 6th punt return for a touchdown this season. That's a new state record. 6-0 Indians on top after North Callaway fumbled a punt. Osage got in the end zone again. Look at this run by Cody Mayer. The senior starts one way, reverses. 2-point conversion. Add to that, it was 14-0 Osage. 2 more Indian touchdowns in the second quarter. Bo Dean to Dylan McNerney. And watch these nice moves. Good block from Todd Huddlemeyer. 80-yard touchdown play. It's 21-zip Osage. Indians on the warpath. Dean back to the air here. Hits Jared Edwards, who scored on a punt return earlier. Now a touchdown reception. It's 28-0 Osage. Thunderbirds down but not out. Look at this crazy play. Jacob Hobner passing. Will Vore bounces up and Vance Allen makes the catch. Unbelievable. 28-7 at the half. Osage on top. First play of the second half. Dean to Jared Edwards. Great moves. This one, 65 yards for the touchdown. What a day for Edwards, and he wasn't finished yet. More big plays. This time the pitch to Cody Mayer. Stays in bounds. Tightrope walk there. Stays on his feet. 48-yard touchdown. Dr. Ron Massey has to smile about that. Back to the Jared Edwards show. 4th TD of the day. This one on defense. Returns the interception. 50 yards. He was all over the place. Even when things weren't going right for Osage, they turned it into points. A fumble here. Edwards picks it up. 2 receiving touchdowns, a punt return for a touchdown, the interception return for a touchdown. Might as well run one in too. He did. Osage all over North Callaway, 63-21. The Indians are 13-0.
Jared Edwards had an outstanding day. Now, we never really established anything drive-wise. It was big play after big play.
We feed off big plays. We got tons of guys that can make big plays. And, it's just whoever has a hot hand that night. And Jared, 5 touchdowns, I think, tonight. I'd say he had the hot hand tonight.
we have a lot of skilled kids that can get it done, and then our line are just aggressive, and they can get the job done, and it just feels great.
If you would have asked me week 2, I would have said no. But talking to me in week 13, we're expecting it now. We're trying. We think we can get there, and it's almost expected.
And the Indians will move on to the state semifinals. For the first time in school history, they will head to St. Louis to play John Burroughs next Saturday afternoon. Burroughs beat St. Genevieve. What a game in Wardsville today. The Blair Oaks Falcons, who found a way to beat a very good South Callaway team last Monday in the sectionals, had an even bigger challenge today, facing Macon, a team that had been ranked number 1 much of the season. Great crowd at Blair Oaks where they love their Falcons. After a scoreless first quarter, Macon strikes first. Dylan Perrin, the quarterback, in from a yard out. 7-0 Tigers. Falcons answer back. This is a 4th and goal from the 3. Daniel Castillo finds Trevor Bax. Huge touchdown. 7-7 at the half. Blair Oaks building a 21-7 lead. Derek Otto up the middle. 17 yards. Reaches out and scores the touchdown. Macon battles back early in the fourth. Falcons punt blocked by the Tigers. Macon gets the ball at the 1. 2 plays later, Perrin, another quarterback sneak. Macon pulls to within 7. Later on, the Green Machine will ice it. Otto goes in his second touchdown. Castillo with 155 yards rushing. What a great win for Brad Draley and Blair Oaks. They are moving on 27-14 over Macon. The Falcons make it to the state semifinals.
You know, we're extremely proud of our kids. These guys have worked extremely hard this year, and they deserve everything that's coming to them. And, you know, we had a chance to be up 7-0. We made a mistake down there and gave them the ball, and they were able to capitalize and put it in the end zone. And then our kids just hanging in there. We felt like one of the things that we've been able to do all year long is wear people down with our conditioning, and that's what happened today. You saw us wear them down at the end of the first half and even in the second. And, you know, I couldn't be proud of this group of kids.
The Blair Oaks will get another home game. The Falcons move to the state Class II semifinals. Next Saturday, they will face Higginsville, who beat Penny 42-0 today. Lamar and Maplewood advance on the other side of the Class II bracket. Camdenton and Westran, 2 other Mid-Missouri high school football teams playing in state quarterfinals today. And 3 area teams are heading to the state soccer Final Four. Stay with us on our expanded football and soccer Saturday night. Welcome back to our football Saturday night special. The Camdenton Lakers have one of the great traditions in Missouri high school football. Bob Shore built a legacy. His name is now on the stadium. He retired as head coach after last season. His son Jeff took over and led the Lakers to another playoff season. Camdenton kept it close today against Kirkwood. 6-yard pass, Corey Simpson to Ryan Elliott made it 14-6 in the first quarter. Murphy Ward had 2 touchdowns for the Lakers. Number 34 goes in, but Kirkwood, too much in the first half. They scored 5 touchdowns to put the game out of reach. Kirkwood wins it 46-18. They move on. Camdenton ends the season at 7-6. The Westran Hornets made it to the Class I state quarterfinals at home facing South Shelby today. Westran trailing 21-7. After South Shelby's Sean Bertrand goes over from a yard out. Bertrand, 3 touchdowns on the day, finishing with this 35-yard jaunt. Westran, the Hornets from Huntsville, end the season losing to South Shelby 28-14. It has been a good year for high school soccer in Mid-Missouri. 4 local teams made it to the state quarterfinals today. 3 will head on to the Final Four. Chuck Register's Helias Crusaders on the road playing the Bolivar Liberators down near Springfield. 5th minute of the game, Elias had a chance on the free kick here. Chris Westerman misses just high. But 5 minutes later, the Crusaders will get one. Kyle Dorge, look at the nice move here by the senior, past the defender and in. Brett Jackson would add another goal later for Elias. Another shutout for Joe Keevan. The Elias keeper comes up with a save. Elias wins it 2-0, 19th victory of the season, so the Crusaders are back in the state Final Four. They will face 25-0 Priory on Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock at Blue Springs South High School. And the Rockbridge Bruins, ranked number 1 in the states, also heading to the Final Four next week. The Bruins hosting Nixa in a Class III quarterfinal today in Columbia. Rockbridge had some chances in the first half, but did not score. Salim Jamadi hit the crossbar. No score at the half. Bruins scored early in the second. Matt Kelly strikes again. What a great season Kelly has had. He and the Bruins led it 1-0. Rockbridge not finished yet. Just 5 minutes later, Kelly on the assist. Austin Powell puts it in the nets. The Bruins win it 2-0. Keeper Greg Kelly picks up the shutout. 27-3 Rockbridge will move on to the Final Four. They will face Oakville in the semifinals on Friday night, 6 p.m. at Blue Springs South. The Fatima Comets have never been to a Final Four, but they will get that chance next week. Congratulations to Kirby Keth's team playing a state quarterfinal game on the home field in Westphalia. Justin Campbell sets for Matt Eisterhold, puts it in the left corner of the net. 1-0 Comets. Nevin Ware, another strong game in goal, turns away Kennedy High. Zach Pope would add another goal for Fatima in the second half as Kennedy scored a late goal. The Comets win it 2-1. Fatima will face Springfield Catholic. Southern Boone season comes to an end. Chris Miller's team losing to Catholic 3-0 in Springfield. The Eagles 25-3 on the season. This game was scoreless until the final 13 minutes, and then all Springfield Catholic. Well, a look ahead to the second to last Sprint Cup race of the season. Will Carl Edwards hold off Tony Stewart? And 2 local high school football teams will still be practicing this week. Good news for the Falcons and Indians. Back with a recap right after this. And welcome back to our expanded football Saturday night. Congratulations to the Blair Oaks Falcons and Osage Indians. Both local high school teams are heading to football's version of the Final Four. Blair Oaks with an upset win over Macon today in front of a great home crowd in Wardsville. The Falcons will face Higginsville, another home game, next Saturday in the Class II semifinals. The Osage Indians are still perfect on the season, 13-0 after beating North Callaway 63-21. Osage will head to St. Louis next Saturday to face John Burroughs in the Class III semifinals. Blair Oaks and Osage just one win away from state championship games. Basketball tonight, Missouri women on the road beats A&M Corpus Christi. Volleyball, Mizzou swept by Texas A&M. Other college volleyball, Columbia, the number 3 ranked Cougars losing to Missouri Baptist. They will still go to the national tournament. That was the AMC championship match there. And the Blues win tonight 3-0 over Tampa Bay. Second to last NASCAR weekend nationwide race today in Phoenix. Sam Hornish Jr. takes the checkered. Columbia's Carl Edwards finishing 3rd. More importantly, Carl is still atop the leaderboard in the Sprint Cup standings, just 3 points ahead of Tony Stewart with 2 races to go. Carl will start 9th tomorrow. Stewart 8th. It's basically down to a 2-man race for the Cup. NFL tomorrow, the Chiefs are at home against the Denver Broncos. You can see the game 12 noon here on KRCG. Rams play at Cleveland at noon. That is it for our football Saturday night show. Congratulations to Blair Oaks and Osage, also to 3 local soccer teams, Rockbridge, Helias, and Fatima, all heading to the Final Four. And a good win for Mizzou. Thanks to our sponsors, and thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the weekend.